Hi, my name is Greg Lombard Ray from adoptionfriend.com. I'm an adoptive dad and a TBRI practitioner, and I want to welcome you to Coffee Talk. Today, I've got a mug from adoption with pictures from Adoption Day a long time ago. I'm glad you're here. Today, I wanted to talk to you about some of the obstacles that I've experienced while trying to parent with trust-based relational intervention. TBRI, for those of you who don't know it, is an attachment-based intervention for at-risk children. TBRI is not behavior modification. It's parenting in a way that promotes healing in the brains and the bodies of children that experienced early complex developmental trauma. And I want to heal my kids from that early trauma. And so I parent with trust-based relational intervention. The problem is that I've discovered three obstacles that stand in my way. And I want to talk to you about those today. The first one is isolation. Parenting children with early trauma can be exhausting and isolating because nobody else understands what it's really like until they've done it. And also, TBRI, trust-based parenting, is counter to the way our culture tells us that we are to parent. And for many of us, it's counter to the way that our churches teach us that we're supposed to parent. But over the years, I've developed connections with people who understand, and my isolation has been reduced. The second obstacle that I've encountered is my baggage. And I mean my baggage that I bring from my past, from the early years of my childhood experiences and the things that trigger me. And I've had to make sense of my past. And I've had to work on and process my attachment issues to move from insecure attachment to earned secure attachment. Also, I've had to process the lies that I picked up as a child and just didn't know better about my identity and who I am, that I still carried for decades and didn't even realize it until I processed those lies and said, oh, that's not true. So isolation and baggage. And the third obstacle to having the energy and creativity to practice trust-based parenting is blocked care. You can read about the details of blocked care in the book Brain-Based Parenting by Balin and Hughes, but let me oversimplify it for you. Think of the brain as having two systems, a connection system and a protection system. Our connection system moves us closer to people, our children, our spouses, our friends, because with all our hearts we want to be connected. We know that we have better health and safety and even survival with healthy relationships. However, our protection system kicks in if our brains or bodies feel threatened and that there's danger and drops us into fight, flight, freeze brain, right? Now, what can happen with children with high challenging behaviors is those behaviors over and over can register in our brain as dangerous. And so as a result, by no fault of our own, our brains move from connecting to protecting. And it's sometimes known as blocked care. Now, I have been able to process and overcome my blocked care through the great programs of Melissa and Lisa at the Adoption Connection. So, as an adoptive parent, because of my reduced isolation, because I've unpacked some of my baggage from and my attachment issues, and because I've worked through my blocked care, I am better able to parent my children in a healing way. I just thought you should know that those are the obstacles and that it's possible to work through all three obstacles. Glad you joined me today. Remember, you are not alone.